So Tawanda, Trina, Tamar, and Mommy, they go out to eat. They always eating or drinking something. I love it. Because I would be doing the same damn thing if I was on a reality show. Just what Chase said at a restaurant, yeah. They go out to eat or whatever before Tamar goes on her tour. Tony and Tracy wasn't there, but the mama leaves, and we find out that of course, the mom, Miss Evelyn, she stays with Tamar and Vince and the baby, and she's been sleeping a whole lot lately. Tawanda was like, well, I know the doctor said that it's best for her to sleep a lot lately. The mama goes on about that she has chronic fatigue. She's been stressed out because she wants them to do the album, for God's sakes. And Tamar getting on my nerves, Tawanda getting on my nerves, Trina getting on my nerves, Tracy getting on my nerves, and Tony getting on my nerves. Y'all just getting on my nerves. Is you gonna do the album or not? Is you gonna do the single or not? Just leave my feelings out of it. She's very, stressed out about her girls. That's all she really wants, is for her girls to do a whole album and to just finally get it together. But as we know, we're not gonna get an entire album. We're just gonna get a single from the girls, because they're busy and they're booked. Like, they didn't know that they was booked before, but now all of a sudden they're booked. It's just bullshit. They just don't want to do a whole album together. They just can't get along. That's just honestly what it is, and it's sad. But hey, sometimes you can't work with family. um Trina goes on to say that like I said, they're gonna wait on the album to after Tamar gets off a tour, and wait on the single, and but in the meantime, Tracy, Tawanda, and Trina decides to move out the rental house. That rent is a bitch. Tamar goes to meet a designer. She has this short blonde hair. It was similar to what she wore to the Grammys. I believe it was this year. Maybe it was last year. But yeah, when she had on that red dress at the Grammys, I think it was this year. It had to be. But yeah, when she had the short red hair, the short blonde hair, it was kind of like darker blonde mixed in. It was really, really cute. I like Tamar with short hair, actually. I think she should keep it. Shouts out to Tawanda, by the way, and Tracy Braxton. Tonight, they retweeted and replied back to my tweet from them on the tweet that I tweeted to the people, darling. Is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, shouts out to the girls. Yes. Come on, fire crotch. All right. Trina, Tracy, Tawanda, and Mommy, they meet up with Sarge. Now Sarge, Mr. Boombastic, is the African workout guy that Tracy works out with. So he tells the girls they didn't really want to work out that much. Of course, Tracy always participates. But he tells all of them that, they go to this room, and he has this big tub with water filled up, and it's like, it's some kind of, the tub or whatever will measure how much your body fat is and everything. Some kind of little machine moment. And he was just like, okay, so y'all gonna get in. And Trina was like, sure, I'll try it, because I just got out the house, and I'm willing to try it. I like to try new things. The door opens and it closes. It closes and it opens. So it was just like, okay. But we found out that you actually have to submerge your head in the water, darling. She wasn't willing to get her hair wet. Tawana was like, that's not what sisters do. Mr. Bombastic was like, well, that's what black women's problem is that y'all don't like to get y'all hair wet. Okay? That's the problem with black women in America. I was like, oh, the shade of it all. So they was just like, look, we just can't do it. Like, do you got somebody in here to demonstrate or whatever? He brings in this white girl, and he was very much like, you see, you black woman, you see this white woman, she willing to do it. She's willing to, do whatever I ask her to do. And black hair, white hair, same hair. Not really, sir. I kind of have to agree with you. I mean, we all are one. We all are people. We love the people. Everybody, you know, on the inside, we're all the same and everything. But and you know, I love everybody, of course. You know, I'm not trying. I don't want anybody to be funny by what I'm saying, but the Sarge was on some shit. If you watch the episode, you know that you would very much so agree with Tawanda them and what they were saying, because he was on one and he kept like pushing them kind of and kept going on. So Tawanda just randomly asked him, "What color is your wife?" Your wife, and he was like, "The color of love." And she was like, "So what color is he? Is she?" And she was like, "She's white. She's a white woman." And it was like, "Yeah, yeah, she's a white woman." And he said something, and Trina was like, "Yeah, well, see, that's why I don't date black men. I've never dated a black man in my life." So boom, you know, Sarge was just on one today. He definitely had a stank attitude. To my white women and black women hair is the same. How? I mean, I've seen some white people with very curly hair, but I can show you a black person, a couple of them actually, whose hair is way curlier or kinkier than that. You know, he was trying it, Sarge. I usually like Sarge, but he was on one today. Definitely. And you know, it all started off as jokes, but it got serious real quick. Okay. Um Tony goes on the Queen Latifah show. Tony's beautiful as usual. She's worried about her makeup artist. Her makeup artist wasn't, you know, there on time, and she was scared and she was nervous. She had these big white patches up under her eyes, similar to Tamar's makeup, and she just didn't want to look like Tamar. So she was just like, "Look, I need my makeup artist here, darling. She has to blend in moments and moments, darling. Don't leave me in all this pain." Okay? She just didn't want to sing another sad love song, darling. Would have been crazy. The girls show up, except for Mommy and Tracy. Tracy and Mommy was late. Tawanda and Trina was already sitting down. Tracy's dress was fucking everything, okay? Tracy's black dress when they was on the Queen Latifah show was everything. Oh my gosh. I was like, "Work, bitch. Eat." And with that fire pussy red hair, live. I live. Yes. So anyway, Tony, these teas, Tony was on the Queen Latifah show promoting her book, Unbreak My Heart. I believe that's the name of it. If not, let me know in the comments below, darlings. And she revealed in the book, and at one point in time, she had an abortion. The mama didn't know about it. And a lot of the girls was like, "Wow, I can't believe she's revealing this to the people of the land across the world." And I was kind of shocked too. I didn't know she had an abortion. Cut to, that's pretty much the end of that scene. Tamar goes to rehearsal. Well, to dress rehearsal, I guess, to see what the dancers she picked would have on. All of a sudden, she sees the girls in these boots, and they're very kind of flappy type boots, you know, at the top. And well, a lot of the girls were thin, so you know, of course, the boots aren't gonna like be tight around their legs or whatever. But she was just like, I don't want no Pirate of the Caribbean boots. What is just, I'm the artist. Like, just where they do that at? Like, no, this just ain't hot, and it's just not me, and that's just what it is. Vince was like, Tamar, you need to calm down. No, that ain't hot. You know, she was just going off. She went in there to talk to the girls, well, to talk to, you know, the designers. Then I finally see all the girls, and they got on leotards. She was just like, this just seems very knockoff, very dated. You know, and I don't do knockoff. Really, Tamar? You don't do knockoff? Really? So you've never done anything that reminded you of somebody else, of another artist? Can I say Toni Braxton? Can I say Deborah Cox? Can I say Mariah Carey? Can I say Beyonce with some of your outfit choices? Oh, Tamar girl. She was just like, oh, she don't do knockoffs. She don't do knockoffs and the leotards and all this. So I was like, please. Okay, please. But, you know, she goes out to the car. Vince calms her down. She comes back in and apologizes. She was just like, I'm just an artist. I'm a perfectionist, and I just don't want y'all looking crazy. Because then they'll be like, I'm crazy, and I can't have that because I will let y'all bitches go in 2.5 seconds. Okay, happens after that. Um, the Tony Braxton fan scenes was fucking hilarious. That little girl, or maybe it was a little boy. That was so fucking funny. He was so upset. He did not want to take that picture. That girl who was crying, talking about she got her face beat like Tony Braxton, and she had on her Tony Braxton wig. That was just funny. Like that whole scene was just absolutely hilarious. And it's nice to see Tony warm up and be a little bit more down to earth. Tracy does a photo shoot. She's a little nervous at first. That ain't no damn model. What the hell am I here sweating and it's hot? That's too much. And she she takes her photos for the photo shoot for her album cover, my Trina voice. And she looks great. I actually like her red hair. I do. I don't think any of the other sisters can pull out their red hair like Tracy can. You know. So shouts out to Tracy. Her album is actually coming out the 7th of this month. So we shall see who's gonna get it. Okay. I'm gonna move on from that. So Tawanda comes up with the bright idea that she wants to basically reenact the whole hot sugar performance, that Tamar does. She's doing it on her tour, and she basically wants to. She watched one of her tapes, and she was just like, "Look, these is what the dancers do during the hot sugar," and she just wants to get up on stage. Her, Tawanda, Tracy, and Trina, they just want to get up on stage and get up there and dance with the dancers, so that Tamar won't be so um I guess nervous when it comes time for her, solo tour. So while she's performing, they're gonna get up there and they're gonna do their own little separate dance and stuff. And Trina was like, Tawanda, I really don't think that's a good idea. Um, First of all, the curtains. The curtains have to open and they have to close. They have to open and they have to close. And it's just like, I don't know you shouldn't remake the damn dance moves. You should stick the dance moves out. You should make the dance moves the same, the way that they are, the way that they practice the dance moves. The dancers in Tamar is the way that we should keep it. Tawanda wants to change the whole routine, so she changes the whole routine. Trina just very much has a bad feeling about this whole thing. She thinks that Tamar's going to be upset. Tawanda was like, I don't care what you think. This is going to be hot. And Tracy is just all for it. A little later on, Tony talks to her mama. She was a little nervous. Um, the mama was very much like, I didn't know about the whole thing about the abortion and everything, but I'm glad Diesel's okay. I'm glad everything is okay. With the whole thing. Was Tony saying that she was gonna get an abortion with Diesel or something? What happened? Did Diesel have a? Huh? I feel like I'm missing something. Y'all let me know in the bottom. But it was something as to why the mama was so upset. Was she just upset that Tony had an abortion, or was it something else? Did it have something to do with the Tony's son, the one who has autism? I don't know. Y'all let me know in the bottom. But like I said, Trina's just very like, no, this just ain't gonna be hot. This ain't gonna work. I could tell she's gonna be upset. Tawanda was like, no. So we get to the ending scene. Tamar, she's backstage. Everybody's filling up the seats, the audience, and she has on this curly blonde wig that ain't the move. I don't know who told her, why they tell her that. No, that wasn't the wig, Tamar. Take it back. Nope, nope, nope. That wasn't it. Anyway, all the girls show up. She was just like, I'm nervous because y'all are here. I can't watch y'all. I don't want y'all here because I'm nervous. I'm gonna be focused on y'all the whole time. And Donna was like, what? Trina was like, see, I told you. You should have told me. Next episode look like it's gonna be juicy. I think maybe Trina was right on this one. Maybe the girls are gonna do something to piss Tamar off or embarrass Tamar while she's on stage. So we shall definitely see. Once again, they haven't even started working on the single yet. I don't know when the hell they're gonna start working on the single, or what the hell these girls are gonna do. I'm just gonna continue to stick this season out because I've invested my time, darling, since season one into these girls, and that's just it. It is what it is. I'm just saying, as Mama Braxton would say. With that said, I'm Mr. Chalak. I'm Mr. Chalaki on Google Plus. Follow me. I am at It's King's World on Twitter, and I'm Chase King was here on Facebook. Thank you so much for watching my review of Tony, Tracy, Wonder, Trina, Tamar, and Missy will teach you a thing or two with Braxton family value.